because I'm hosting solo, I'm going to do a little bit of music and I'm going to read something too. So let's start there. Music.
And this song, I actually didn't write it, but I did write the arrangement for it, so that's my excuse for bringing it to a writing workshop, or open mic, I should say. So it's actually, it's based on an old folk song. It's called, the English version that I sing is called Buttermilk Hill. And it dates back, the English version that I sing, dates back to, I think, the 18th century in the United States. It was sung during the Revolutionary War. And there is a Gaelic, I believe it's a Gaelic version. I think it's there's another song that's very similar sounding from Ireland, but it's sung in Gaelic. I think it's called, I'm probably horribly mispronouncing, but Shura-Lee or something like that. If you know Ruth Sutherland in town, she's a Gaelic harpist. She does a really nice version of it in Gaelic. Anyway, so here's my arrangement of that old song. So this is a short story that was published, let's see, fall of 2000 in a magazine. It's a called Tupperware Sandpiper. And I know that this is issue number 4. No, this is issue number 4 and 5. A double issue. This was the last issue because Tupperware, the company, sent them a cease and desist order after this. So this was the last issue of Tupperware Sandpiper. So I have a short story here that I wrote. And I mean, it was published 25 years ago, but I wrote it, I remember, like in the late 90s. So here we go. It's called Asphyxia. I catch a glimpse of it as I change lanes for the off-ramp. Thick, bloated, and orange on the horizon. The heat oozes out and seeps through the heavy air, mixing with the noxious fumes of the city. It could be the sunrise on the end of the world. Then it's gone. We speed on, single file, down and around the bend to the highway. This is serious now. You have to speed up, maneuver in and out, and in between the other cars. Make points. Make sure you get to work a few car lengths ahead of that bastard in the Camry. I never forget to pause and look. He could be anywhere up here, sitting on a lamppost brooding over our busyness. Sometimes he's not there at all. Today, my hawk is in the air, wings spread and possibly wide. He hovers over the ground and studies us intently. It's only for a few seconds, but unconscious of leaving him behind me as my tires roll relentlessly on. Now, it's all asphalt and metal, brake, gas, brake, gas, brake, with no apparent reason for any of the fluctuation in speed. But don't try and figure it out. There is no real answer, nothing objective. My own theory is that it all has to do with the psychology of the herd, that the movement of traffic is as mysterious as the migration of caribou across the tundra. It responds to some organic criteria that really has nothing to do with volume and road conditions. The worst thing is, I exit the senseless movement of the highway to pull into this fucking place. The parking lot's almost full. I slam the car door and walk over the cracked surface of the pavement. Warning. Oh, decided to come in, did you? The receptionist is younger than I am, but you wouldn't know it to look at her. Lousy traffic today. You're supposed to make allowances. Everyone else got here on time. Her tone has a kind of gloating disapproval. Fucking cow. There's a phone ringing as I round the corner to my cubicle, and it sounds familiar. I'm here, as I'm half running to obey. My voice assumes that ugly professional tone, talking about price and delivery in a convincing kind of way. It takes me a minute or two to switch on the computer and navigate through all the screens. Mercifully, it's an easy call, a simple order. Anna, you're a day early, I think. What? I turned to face her. Judy, the exec sec. I didn't even notice her come up beside my cubicle. Wary now. The bitch has that tone in voice. It's not my imagination either. I can feel my co-workers pausing to see where this goes. Well, it's only Thursday, she says. Casual day isn't until tomorrow. Am I supposed to respond to this shit? There's a couple of muffled guffaws. Just punch a few more keys. By the time I look up, she's gone towards the lunchroom, all of them gone, except for Charlene. I'd watch out for her if I were you. It rises to my lips as she nods sagely to emphasize her point. But I can see that she means it as helpful advice. She's not my boss. It sounds defensive, of all things. It only adds fuel to the fire. I mean, what is it to her that I wear what I do? Charlene shakes her head. She's a nice lady, really. She's taken it upon herself to try and educate me. I try to be polite and listen. The CEO's secretary has more influence than your boss in some ways. She has his ear. Yeah, and she has his ear and she's sucking stick and he does too. But hey, we won't say that. We all know what to say. It is some unforgivable tracks to make the rules. Silence again, when I'm saying less and less around here. Charlene seems to want to talk some more, but I've had enough. Besides, my dear co-workers are coming back and the phones are starting to ring again. Line 6 is for you. Right, so thanks. The truly surreal aspect about all this is that I'm really good at this job. My customers like me, the sales rep like me, and I don't make many mistakes. Even my boss would like to like me. It's just that everyone else around here is having a fucking problem. But it's not so bad when I'm busy. I've got bills to pay after all. Good morning, order desk. This is Anna speaking. And Jesus Christ, you gotta help me. His voice is fluid and full of pain. I hiss back, trying to contain the volume in instant alarm. Mike, what the hell? What's wrong? I'm in trouble, Annie. I'm hurt. Fuck, I'm hurt. What do you mean hurt? Where are you? What happened? He trails off, and I hear him swearing, and a rising hysteria in his voice. Michael, talk to me. Where are you? I'm at a payphone near my place. Jesus Christ, I'm bleeding all over the phone. Michael, listen to me. You're near your apartment, right? Yeah. Go to the hospital. Now, I'll meet you there. I don't know, Annie, it's go to the hospital. Go to emergency. You're only a couple blocks away. I'll be right there. Okay. He hangs up just like that. Everyone's looking over. I'm halfway across the room through the doors to Jim's office. I'm not even sure what I'm saying. My brother, I have to go to the hospital. I'm staring at Jim and he's talking. Well, these things come up, he says, if there's no one else that can go. I'm always back. All right, you can make up the time. Just tell everyone else before we go. The executive secretary is all look over as I'm leaving the office. The bitch stares like, of course, something like that would happen to you. But I'm back in my cramped and cluttered area just as it registered. Slow down, pause, then I stop altogether. A noise, and they all finally silent. They must be dying to hear what's going on. My brother was in an accident. I have to go to the hospital. What happened? It's Donna, Judy's best buddy. I'm not sure. He was really upset. I just told him to go to the hospital. Like you really care. I'll be damned if I give you any juicy details you can spread around the office before I even pull out of the parking lot. No more words. Just turn everything off and get the hell out of here. For some reason, though, everyone wants to talk to me as I'm leaving. These stupid hellos and hug for you. Just leave me alone like you always do. Get out of here. I'm gone for the rest of the day. I don't give the receptionist time to say anything. It's just a look, and I don't think I'm imagining it. I wonder if there's anything I could do that would get her to shut up, get her to stop talking about me behind my back. But the momentum has already carried me out the door. The traffic back seems so fast. It seems like I just blinked and I'm turning on a bend to the exit ramp. And as I fly off the highway, I remember to look for my hawk on the lamppost. I'm too fast. I can only spare one glance from right underneath. All I can see is the sharp curve of his talons and the feathers ruffling on his belly in the wind. The streets wind and turn until they bring me to the hospital. I land in the car and run across the street. My breath becomes shorter and faster. What is this knot in my gut, goddamn? I'm long past the point where Mike can affect me like this. Gallant, Michael Gallant. Is he here? His sister. They're all in blue and white here, pale blue and white uniforms. The air is so still. There's people all over waiting on the chairs. Look at this unholding pattern on the tan and green leatherette. She's looking at the computer. I have a Michael Gordon. I guess that could be him. Birth date? November 17th, 1979. She nods. Why is he here? Accident or something, I don't really know. He was upset when he called and didn't make a lot of sense. Another nod. Oh, he just came in. He's in examination room number 4, just down the hall. Can you wait for a minute? She looks up. I'll have to change his blue card and forms. Can you bring them to him? Tell him to give them to the doctor. Sure. My arms swing in an excess of energy. The doors separate with a sigh. A couple of the boys in blue step in, spit and polish on their boots and clanking with all kinds of hardware. They're at the other counter. It seems to me I can hear over the clicking of the keys under her fingers something about knife wounds and victims. My nerves pulse under a thin layer of skin. There's a sharp drop inside and a rush of urgency. Blood, bleeding. What did he say about bleeding? I have to keep from running down the hall with the fresh papers rustling in my hands. What room now? 2. Okay, this should be it here. Mike. Quiet, like I'm afraid to say it, but it's only absorbed into the silence. This blue, this goddamn pale blue all over the walls, and the curtains that hide the bed. Footsteps over the tiles and the metal screech on screech as I pull the curtain aside. Shallow and heated, the sound of my breathing fills the room. Michael! A man, an old white man, white hair, white mustache, and bloodless skin that's thin and crumpled like a piece of paper. His head back and a cloth tied around and in his mouth like a gag. The skin of his throat is torn and bloody. Blue in his gown and reflected in the alabaster of his skin. What are you doing in here? The noise comes from my lips, something frightened and mournful as I turn around. I'm looking for my brother, Michael Gallant. Is this room 4? 3, 4 is next door, she points. I thought, 2, then 4, am I babbling here? I look at the old man. He's alone, and I stop to look at her again. He's dead. She softens marginally. Are you okay? Yeah, sure. Out of here, get me out of this. But I can't stop myself from turning around at the door. The nurse is drawing the curtains around him again. She's going to leave him. We're going to leave him alone and pale under the cold fluorescent light. Michael! Anna, thank God, Anna. He stretches his arm over his chest to reach for me, and I notice the reddened bandages wrapped around his other hand and forearm, bent upwards to drain the blood. I set the card and the papers down hurriedly. Michael! The good arm squeezes too tight when you're around my neck. Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened to you? I draw back a little to loosen his grip, and his eyes are flat and brown. They just stare just to the left of my face as he speaks. I knew you'd come. His grip starts to tighten again, but I pull away a little more and take in his face, the wildly shifting eyes that can't seem to find me. You're wired now, aren't you? Anna, I'm sorry, you have to help me. The wheedling tone in his voice brings out something sharp and nasty in me. Do they know? Did you tell the doctor you're stoned? You have to tell them. He flinches. I didn't have to tell her, Annie. She knew. We don't have much time. She'll be right back. So what is it this time? Just the usual, or did we try something new? He closes his eyes and shaking his head and waving the uninjured arm around. He licks his lips and swallows, about to speak. Never mind. Are you going to tell me what happens? He nods. This better be the truth. And he nods again, more forcefully. It's this pathetic attempt to be good, to act straight. The anger rises again in my chest. I mean it, Michael. You fuck with me this time and that's it. Anna, I swear, he whispers, and I want to explode. Go ahead. I was at Donnie's. We were partying, I had a few beers, a few tokes. Donnie had some low, so we cooked it. I did a couple of rocks. He looks at me sideways quickly. Anyway, this guy comes in, just walks in, and he says Donnie owes me some money or something. He's pulling a real heavy thing. He starts shoving Donnie around, so I stepped in. I just told him to back off. Annie, I swear that's all I did. He pulled a knife and he cut me, and then Donnie came out of nowhere and he hit him with something. I don't know. He covers his eyes with a good hand. A traumatic moment, or is he just trying to get his marbles together enough to keep the story going? Donnie hit him over the head and he was just there on the floor. I don't know why I thought he was dead. Christ, Anna, I didn't know what the fuck to do, so I took off. That's why I called you. A deep breath. Jesus Christ, man. I know. Donnie's bad news, man. He's always in trouble. I promise you I won't ever hang out with him again. The floor is dusty, worn gray tiles. They lead out the door and into the hallway. Annie, I promise. Michael, I don't give a fuck who your friends are. What the hell am I supposed to do here? What do you want from me? I need a lawyer. This bitch next door to Donnie, she was screaming and pounding on the wall. There's a lot of noise. I think she called the cops. There were cops coming in just when I did. I figured it was a good lead. He's agitated in a frenzy all of a sudden. He's trying to sit up. And you have to go. Get out of here before they get to me. Call my lawyer. James, Mark James, you remember. Yeah, I remember. I've talked to him before. I said a hesitation, as if I could really stop myself. Just turn and walk out. Like there really was a band. But if you're telling the truth, you were only a witness. You didn't hit him over the head. I know, but I don't know what Donnie said. Donnie's not all requires. I think he'd expect me to take the heat for it. God, it's my blood all over the place. I didn't answer. The silence expands and starts to agitate him again. Annie, please, call my lawyer. Go, please, before the cops get here. Something makes me. I can taste the defeat on my tongue. The anger drains away. I lean over and kiss his cheek, sweaty and feverish. James, he's saying, more cheeks. I know, Mikey, I know. He's calmer now, quiet. Big sister's going to take care of it all. And I hate this. I hate what he makes me do. As I glance furtively down the hall and decide lightning quick to turn the opposite way and go back out the back exit. I see them as I leave the hospital and turn down the street to my car. 2 more cruisers pull up to emergency, and I whip around quickly as if looking itself was suspect. The sky was clouded over and the heat assaults me all at once. A metallic taste coats the back of my throat. The key turns so slowly in the lock, the door opens and I climb in. I shove the key in the ignition and my hands on the wheel, and my forehead sinks to my knuckles. Flat brown eyes, shifting eyes, and another pair that used to laugh at me. I'm thinking about the space between the belly of the hawk and the cars on the highway, and a crumpled, bloodless man next door. The engine comes
underneath the dashboard, impatient to find an interest phone.
This was still in like the sealed package, so I don't think I've even thought about this since 2000. And I have to say, just at the end, it's funny why you write things, right? That scene of the old man that's dead. At the time, my father died back then. It was about 30 years ago, actually, when my dad died. And I had to go identify his body, just because of the circumstances when it happened. And that's I could not get that picture out of my head. So I wrote it into a story, and then it kind of left me after that. So there you go, exercising demons with words.